Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Talos Principle 2, where last time we played I talked to Neith, and I definitely listened to what she said, and also, I would just like to point out that my save file says I've been playing for 1 hour and I have 0% progress. So let's keep this pace up, and we'll be here forever. Institute for Applied Nomadics, L Facility. That's Spanish for the facility. Yeah, I don't know. Let's move on. There's two directions, one with a red door, one with a green door. Obviously, we're gonna look around at the red door first to find all the secrets, like how it says extended lifespan over there, and now we know what L stands for. And yeah, otherwise it's just more red. We cannot sprint. I want to point that out. It is not my choice to be moving at this movement speed. But let us progress.
Look, it's 1K.
Hey 1K! Welcome to New Jerusalem!
Shouldn't the mayor be starting his speech?
This should be interesting.
At least give him a chance.
Dear citizens of New Jerusalem, many years ago, when the founder stepped forth from the simulation, this was a land of ruins. Our ancestors, in their hubris, undermined the natural foundations on which their world had been built. Because of their arrogance, our species found itself on the brink of annihilation. The founder aimed to set us on a new course.
You never even met the founder.
Her vision was of a city, a new civilization that would know its limits. It would not repeat the mistakes of the past, nor impose its will on this earth. To that end, she set the great goal we have been striving towards. 1,000 new humans. And today we have... Oh dear, what's that?
People of New Jerusalem, I am Prometheus, and I will reveal that which was hidden. The flame has awoken and summons you. Who is brave enough to answer its call? We await you upon our island where... Curse you, Pandora. You will not chain me again.
That's nice. I do like that everything's voice acted so far. It does save a little bit of effort for sure.
I told you we should have investigated those energy readings. And I told him there's something up with those structures.
The mayor's just being cautious.
This isn't caution, it's stagnation. Exploration? Too dangerous. Expansion? Too dangerous. We barely even scavenge anymore.
You call it stagnation, I call it balance.
And I call you an idiot.
Here's a thought. Try to be a little more diplomatic when you talk to the mayor.
See what I'm working with here, 1K? I'm gonna need a fresh pair of eyes on this expedition. Someone who hasn't spent several centuries hearing about the goal and the founder and all that nonsense. If you're up for an adventure, meet us at the conference room.
I do like adventures. Also, I'd like to say that the first person speaking ever since we got out beyond Neith was Fred, and that does amuse me at least a little bit. This place... oh no, this place kind of looks like that meme of what the future would look like if X, and now I can't unsee that, but that's fine. We'll move on from that. But yeah, there you go. Nice little introduction. We just saw the word prologue, which worries me a bit, because it might mean we will be playing this game forever, but at the same time, I don't mind that too much. I had something else, but I forgot what it was. Attend briefing. Oh. Well, we're not following them. That's fine. Hello, Josephus. Oh yeah, I guess I'm happy the subtitles are turned on. Because I 100% would have just thought our name was Wonky instead of 1K. And I feel like that would have given a different atmosphere to what's going on. We are not above nature, says this sign on both sides, apparently. Yeah.
What's broken now?
I spent too long in the room, and now everything's falling apart already. Remember the goal. Perfection is unchanging. Yeah. That's just the bottom of Africa. It's just a small Earth, but not entirely. Let's move on into the portal door. It's a lift. And onwards to puzzles. We will attend this briefing, because that's what the goal says we have to do. I do like looking around.
Listen up. I know you're all having fun down there, but the grid is overloaded again, so maybe you could switch off your personal consoles or your lawn mowers, or whatever the hell you've all decided to switch on all at once. I might not be around to babysit you for a while, and you don't want stuff breaking while Pellegrino's in charge, do you? That's it. That's it. Don't worry, 1K. I see you there in the elevator. I'll have you moving again in a jiffy. Great
How?
way to start life in the city, huh?
How does this person see me?
What the hell is a jiffy?
That's a fair question.
Bloody language libraries.
I think it's a type of peanut butter. Or a moving picture. One or the other for sure. Let's move on. Now this looks exciting. This looks like the kind of door I'm gonna open in the future. And that excites me in some way. There is so much more dialogue in this. Well, I would say there were about 14 voice logs or something in the original game, for as far as I can remember. That was all the voice acting in the game. And in here so far we've got entire stories going on, which I can appreciate. Getting too old to read. Don't do that stuff anymore. Yeah, it's the same sign over and over. I want to look. Did I mention I want to look at everything? Because my god. Also, I thought there was just a crack in the window.
Hey, hold on there.
It's Doge.
You're the newbie, aren't ya? Number 1000. I figured the dam would go dry before we reach the goal. I have a question. How does it feel to you to be born with a randomized psyche into a society of autonomous thinking machines which so much resemble their long-extinct ancestors, they've decided it's best that you're the last one ever made?
Hang on, I'm looking who your voice actor is. Also, you're number 666. I like it. Makes me feel... hungry.
No, it doesn't. You don't eat.
I want to smoosh organic material in my face.
It's kind of frowned on to say that sort of thing around here. But the truth is, I think exactly the same. But let's you and I keep that between us, alright? Now listen, this meeting isn't strictly happenstance. I have some friends. The kind of people who like to know what's going on with other people. They think you can help each other out.
Yeah?
Of course you are. You know how to use the interface, right? I'll talk to my friends and see if I can't play matchmaker. And before you go, a word of advice. Not everything around here is how it appears.
I like Doge. I get the feeling that's going to be a recurring character for sure. I thought there was a crack in this window, but it is just weird looking for sure. I want to say that I've heard this voice before. But also I started Googling a little bit and it just sends you down spoiler alley, and I didn't want to Google anymore. So we're just not gonna find out for a while who this is. But that's okay. I can at least look at the flowers now and I can appreciate. Look at them wobble. Look at that wobble though. Also, these leaves would definitely give you a rash. Even a robot, for sure. With that in mind, I wonder if it's the flowers actually that are causing some weird issues. Because it seems to happen specifically around the flower. It's fine. It's fine. Let's move on.
Welcome. Do please join us at the table.
Oh, yeah, that does sound good. But what do we have here? Well, someone can decrypt this into figuring out that it's lorem ipsum, but it could say something else for sure. Some fun graphs, dying plants. It is autumn at the time of recording, so that's the way things go, I suppose. And a helicopter model. Yeah, all right. Let's go stand at the table. Yeah.
I would like to preface this meeting by saying I told you something would happen sooner or later, and you didn't listen to me. And here we are.
If we could focus on the issue at hand.
The issue at hand is not this one thing, but this entire attitude that's taken hold. The world doesn't cease to exist when you stick your head in the sand, Herman. Or under a dome, as it were.
Yeah, Herman.
Let's not get sidetracked. We're here to solve this puzzle, not to discuss philosophy.
Puzzles?
Al's right. Let's move past this for now and deal with this transmission. Yakut, please start the briefing.
All right, here we go. Nice to meet you, by the way, 1K. We first became aware of the site designated TTP-2 during a scouting expedition about 6 months ago. It's a large island with a remarkably varied geography, and it looks like there are several artificial structures of some kind. We recorded extremely unusual fluctuating energy readings from somewhere in the middle of the island, but couldn't really make sense of them. I wanted to go and have a closer look, but the decision was made that it was too far and not relevant to the goal. Now it looks like whatever's on that island has reached out to us instead, in the form of that projection.
We may not be interested in the island, but the island is definitely interested in us.
Yes.
I don't share your enthusiasm for the unexpected, but Byron has been requesting an expedition for some time now. And at this point, I'm forced to agree that it's necessary.
I agree.
Then it's settled. The expedition is approved. Byron, you will be in charge. Al will be your second in command to ensure a balanced approach. You'll take Melville and Yakut as you requested, and if 1K wants to join you, that's fine by me.
Okay.
Excellent. Oh, this is going to be fun. Come meet us out on the landing pad when you're ready.
Before you set out so hastily, do consider exploring the city first. It is your home, after all.
That's a good idea. Have a look around. See what you make of the place.
Let's explore New Jerusalem optional. I looked what Yakut made on the internet real quickly. And means ruby. Ruby's red. Also the subtitles are like an inch too high. That's the only problems I have with the game so far. Everything else is fine. What was that thing in the sky? It was me. I'm just gonna cause problems. Yeah, it's a riddle. Riddles and puzzles are the foundation of our journey. So, yeah. Where did the frog message go? I saw a thing about frogs. Do I have to specifically be here? Yeah. Our frogs people discussion is not bad. I think that's a reference to the original game. I think that was written on a wall, or you could write it on a wall. There was something about it on a wall for sure. Jeremy, we're gonna talk... Wait, that's the helipad. How do I explore more of New Jerusalem? I'm gonna regret talking to you, aren't I, Jeremy?
This expedition is taking a lot of our resources. I'm really not sure it's a good idea. But what's done is done.
Jeremy, your number is
So
written in blue.
I have a lot of work to get on with.
Oh god, yeah, that's fine. Your number is written in blue on a blue background, and quite frankly, that's all I realistically ever needed to know about Jeremy. We just simply do not vibe with one another. It turns out, and you know that's the way it is. You can't befriend everyone, and Jeremy has very quickly become my arch nemesis.
Attention all citizens.
Oh god.
Due to the new power management and distribution plan, there will be scheduled outages on Jameson Avenue and Rakovsky Plaza. The Gehenna Memorial Pavilion will remain closed for the time being. Thank you, and may the Founder be with you.
Thanks, Jeremy. I think we'll be friends eventually. It's just it's a troubled relationship for sure. This is nice. Is there a little bird or something? Something flying over there. It might just be a big fly. Either way, flight is occurring. And that thrills me. I can't read. Ah, sign our petition for a public referendum. Yeah? This is going to be the episode where we just talk to everyone except Jeremy, isn't it? Because there's a lot going on here.
Hello, 1K. Welcome to New Jerusalem. I know you've just had a big moment with the apparition at the dam and all that, but can I have a second of your time?
Yes.
I'm collecting signatures to call for a public referendum on the city's energy crisis. Currently, the city runs on hydroelectric power from the dam, plus a handful of geriatric generators and some unreliable solar panels, none of which is enough to even cover our basic needs. And if anything fails, we'll be on the brink of extinction in a matter of days.
That's not good.
It's far worse than most people realize.
I'm gonna cause problems.
We need to investigate new sources of reliable baseline power, or we will be in serious trouble.
All right, let's not. Just sure.
Thanks, 1K. I don't know if this petition will really accomplish anything by itself, but at this point, I'm willing to try anything.
Good luck. Hey, I got an achievement. Very good. It was called Provide Your Signature to Someone. Oh, that's nice. We cannot talk to Damn Jan. Anyway, before we get DMCA'd, let's move on. But it's nice that there is at least some stuff going on, including this actual invisible wall, because you can reach up here, but then it sort of stops. But yeah, that's okay. I suppose. I'll learn to live with it. We're gonna explore this the best way I know how, which is along the edges and then circle into the middle. The best way to deal with any of life's problems, realistically. Especially when they're exploration based. I'm gonna get stuck somewhere. If I don't get stuck somewhere in this massive town, load a checkpoint, and be back 15 miles, I would be surprised. Because this place is calling for shenanigans. Based entirely on the short time I've spent here, but it just seems like the kind of situation that I've gotten myself into. One of these corners is going to hold life's greatest secret. It did mention that we shouldn't really be near the water, right? But I mean, it's not that deep. Plus, we've touched water before, and it worked out fine. So it seems that we're probably okay, but there doesn't seem to be that much going on. So perhaps we should stick to the islands. Although there is, I guess, a chance that at some point there's just a big hole, and we just end up sinking to the bottom. And the only way we find this secret hole, of course, is by zigzagging through this massive lake. Yeah, perhaps not. Perhaps it's not going to be one of those days. But it's certainly an option. Just seems like a, yeah, just like a big empty zone. Obviously there's some highlights here and there that we can look at. The exploration of New Jerusalem was optional, I'll give it that much as well. However, I feel like my methods of exploration are counterintuitive to this area. We'll see. We'll see. If we find a secret, that'll be pretty exciting. If we don't find a secret, well, I had fun. Again, I'm missing a crouch button. Though, we'll just nudge this wall for a while. Just for fun. One of those walls that looks like if you nudge it a little bit the wrong way, then maybe you'll just pass through it anyway. No, I'm feeling good. But perhaps not. Potential? Nope. It's really just well, it's the big water plant that the robot was talking about. Damien? Let's say Damien. Damien's going to be our filler name. We could make our filler name just Fred. The first person beyond Neath that we saw. But I feel like that would be doing a disservice to Fred and his probably vital role to this story. So let's not. I've also forgotten Fred's number. And that's going to be the case with every character except for Doge. Because at least that person has an easy to remember number. Also, if there's not some kind of 420 gag in there somewhere, I would be genuinely surprised. But we'll see. Let's see what this person has to say. Ren.
1K, you've strayed far.
Yes?
Well, that gives me a chance to apologize for completion day not being entirely complete.
The dome?
Yes, it's my responsibility. I'm the chief architect. It was supposed to be done in time for completion day, but we simply didn't have enough resources.
There's some resources on the floor over there that I walked past.
It has two purposes: to protect New Jerusalem from the world, and to protect the world from New Jerusalem.
Ah.
At this rate, I'm not sure. Maybe another decade or two.
Like, I'm just saying, there was cutscene borders, like black borders at the top and bottom, and the subtitles were like slightly above it, and I feel like you could have those borders for every conversation and I just have the subtitles there and it would make it a lot more readable. But
that's what the founder taught us. One city may not seem like much, but just look at the dead city and how it transformed the environment. The consequences are still with us, even more than 1,000 years later.
Although I guess constantly adding and removing borders would be a bit distracting as well. There's no good options.
You're right. I have heard that argument. But the way it's been explained to me is that the dome has a greater value than just its practical use. It's a symbol of the society we aspire to become.
Yeah. Tell him, Ren. There's like part of me that wants to hear all the dialogue, and then there's a second part of me that kind of just wants to jump on boxes and see where I can go, and those two are in a constant battle with each other right now. But until it becomes an actual issue, I'm gonna have fun. This is also just kind of a... I was gonna say it was a weirdly shaped dome, but I guess there is just a big dome around this whole city. Doesn't look too bad. I think it'll protect the world from New Jerusalem for sure. Feeling good. Feeling confident. Got good vibes. Let's move on. Also, the game runs really well. I mean, I don't know what the requirements of it are, I'll be honest, but so far it's doing alright. Very pretty. Very swift. I like it. What's over here? This has to be a thing. This looks like a thing. Hello. Dosicles is troubled. For sure. And there's a cat. Ooh. Previously, we only saw these creatures on screens. They've added a real one. My god. What's going on?
Oh, it's you. Number 1000. Today is completion day, isn't it? Sorry, I turned off all the streams. Founder bless you, I guess.
Yeah? Bless you too.
Not really, no. But I don't want to burden you with my problems on your special day.
It's my birthday, so tell me what's wrong.
You're as new to this world as it gets, 1K. What do you think might give you a sense of meaning?
Cats.
A sense that life is actually worth living?
Obeying orders. Oh, jeez. Love.
Exactly. Love is our only point of access to the divine. Our only way of transcending ourselves without losing what makes us unique. I'm absolutely certain. But the right person for me hasn't been born yet. None of the people in this city are who I'm looking for, and if we really stop making new citizens, I'll be alone forever.
How does this person know that I am already not the one, you know? We've met for 12 seconds. We just need to... I think Jeremy actually would be a great partner for this person. God. Yeah. Go with that one.
I think that's just misplaced ego.
Your misplaced ego.
Love takes work, but it's not something you just will into existence. We can't control everything in life, 1K. Try to keep that in mind.
Jeez. Well, I see we found someone who dislikes me more than Jeremy. So that's a good sign. Let's who's walking in circles around this place? Because someone was here. They were walking on this bridge for what seemed like forever. And now I can't find them anymore, and I think that's unusual. They were certainly here. But I don't know where they went. Oh, we'll probably find them again at some point in life. For now, let's keep going. If we find them, we find them. If we don't, you know, you can't meet them all. It is what it is sometimes, you know. Alright, so this is likely just water, but let's just check what's in the middle of these 3 islands, because they all look like they got something going on. It just seems like you would place something here, right? This is a placement type of location. If anything, like, at least let me grow a tree. It just, it's all unfinished. You, bridge person. Alright, it just walks across bridges. That's just that person. It's bridge lord. I cannot climb vines. Good to know. I cannot destroy small pieces of flowers. Also good to know, I suppose. It's unlikely that I would deliberately do so, but certainly by accident, as I was trying to jump on top of a wall. Purple?
Dude, it's you! You're 1K! So nice to meet you, dude. I saw you in the completion day stream. Hey, you checked out all this ancient stuff?
Yeah?
Me too! Huh, this is amazing, isn't it?
Ay. Your diction is unusual.
Yeah, dude. I thought this voice pack would give me a bit of confidence, help me stand out, you know? But I'm not sure it's working.
What's a dude?
Dude is an old human word that means an excellent person. I like to use it because I think we should all be excellent to each other.
I don't think this is a reference to anything.
I'm almost as new as you are. I'm 998, so I've only been around for a year or so. I'm still trying to get the hang of this. Pretty cool though, right?
God.
Existence is totally gnarly.
Oh my god.
Not sure I used that right.
I like this one.
They're pretty neat, huh? My favorite is that thing called a toilet. Our ancestors had to use it like 3 times a day to do a memory dump. And if they didn't, they freaking exploded!
That's true.
Imagine having to deal with that sort of anxiety all the time. Bummer, huh?
It is a bummer.
I'm sure the founder knew what she was doing. I mean, our ancestors did sort of mess up, right? So we should probably take it easy with the expanding of stuff. Plus, did you see that trippy sky projection thing? That was some freaky stuff, man. Just seems safer to stay in the city. Sure I do.
When I first left the birthing lab, I was so overwhelmed that I hid in my quarters for 3 weeks straight. And if I'm being honest, that's sort of where I want to be right now.
Yeah?
Honestly, based on everything I know of ancient human culture, I think he's a ghost.
Whoa. Yeah.
Oh. I was hoping you'd say I'm wrong. Ghosts are creepy, dude.
No, it's definitely a ghost.
Right. Before you go, dude, maybe you can help me? I'm not sure I should keep this voice back. What do you think?
Keep it, please.
You're 1K. You're special. I'm happy to go with whatever you recommend.
I'm curious what the different voice pack. I'm worried that he's gonna be boring. But at the same time, maybe this is like a whole journey of different voice packs. We're gonna switch it.
Yeah, thought so. Thanks for telling me the truth, dude. I'll start looking at the language library settings right away.
We have gotten an achievement for telling him to do about his voice. Currency was that. The inflatable sphere for the football. Most notably in the form of football glory. That's actually pretty good. Assuming I'm not wrong, and there's certainly a chance, but I feel like I'm right, and that's like, was that Crow Team's first game? Football glory? Because I think that's correct. I think that's actually a pretty good line of writing. Continue on, Belmarsh.
Founder bless you, friend.
Founder bless you.
I'm meditating, letting go of narratives like time and space, and simply allowing the illusion that is my ego to merge with everything that surrounds it.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
It's not unity, but the absence of division. There was never a self or an other in the first place.
Yeah?
Yes, I did, but I'm not particularly perturbed by it. Events occur, my friend, that's all. At the end of the day, we are all one. You are the founder, and so am I, and Prometheus is just another story we are telling ourselves. The name I currently go by is Belmarsh. As to who I am, that changes and shifts, don't you find? Every person is an ongoing story, full of twists and turns and surprises.
This person could have a montage about their eyeliner and no one would question it. That is amazing. How about this this is the walking bridge person, yeah? Yeah, you don't have eyeliner. That's actually the first person that I've noticed it on. But maybe I just haven't been paying close enough attention. Maybe this person is exceptionally green. Who's to say? I will say that I feel like we are running out of people. There is some twigs here, so that's good. Nature is thriving. I want to make a big circle, like I said before. There is some... Like, I'm curious about these little buildings and whatnot, but... Mostly, I just want to make the big circle. It's a toothbrush. You get it. Gun. That's no good. A jigsaw puzzle. Yeah. Microscope. Utensil. Book. Sure. Very nice. Remember the good... I'm already tired of that. Already tired of that one line, and it's only been on maybe 4 signs. So that's not boding well, but I'm sure we're never going to see it again in the future. Let me just run into this corner to the secret world. The video game. The old school MMORPG that we're all still talking about, that we definitely haven't forgotten about. It's still, I just find it lovely to walk around this place though. The music's nice actually, I will say that. I appreciate that. I also appreciate that this place looks different from like the sort of meme place we entered in, so that's sort of makes things a bit more interesting. Big feather. We are not stop very well from interacting with the big feather, I will say that. Not very safe. On the one hand, you should finish the dome. On the other hand, you should maybe finish protecting your big feather. Just a thing to consider, I suppose. I'm just here to give some advice on how to protect the town. Can I climb any of these trees? Because the shape implies maybe. And then I'd be able to get up there, and somehow that would be good. In terms of my needs. I think an amount of these aren't like super solid though, and that kind of makes things a little bit difficult. Maybe this could work actually. Nah, this looks like a hassle. I don't want to deal with this. Ultimately, it would put me up there, and more likely I'd just be seeing more trees from really, really up close. And I do like that, but I don't. It's just not what I'm feeling right now. I don't need to see this many trees up close. I have seen an amount. Ah, God. Imagine, though. Imagine if I could. I think we'll all have to imagine it, because I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. What is going on over here? Listen.
Nearly everything on this planet, from the surface of the Earth to the composition of the atmosphere itself, has been shaped by life. It's a process that takes humans, with our technology, with our understanding and manipulation of systems, have changed everything in just a few centuries. I think that's also part of what makes us human. We reshape the world in our image. It's how we create ourselves and how we destroy ourselves.
These are audio logs.
When I was in 9th grade, my parents took me to Pompeii. At first, I was amazed by the feeling of walking through an ancient city. But then I suddenly got scared. I realized that I was walking through a real place, where real people had lived, people like myself, with mothers and fathers and lives and hopes and dreams. And now it was all gone forever. I ran to my father, crying, and told him about this. And he said, I remember so clearly, he said, yes, but we are here. So long as there are people in the streets, the past isn't really gone.
That's nice. There's two more there. We'll get to that. Jefferson.
Oh, hello there. You must be the long-awaited 1K. Lovely day for a walk, is it not?
Is it not? Did you notice the Greek man?
Oh, that sounds very dramatic. I must admit I wasn't following the stream. This whole completion day business is not for me.
That's not nice.
The Alexandra Drennan Memorial. Are you interested in history?
Yeah?
How wonderful. I'm not a full-fledged historian, but I do consider myself a bit of an aficionado.
What's an aficionado?
Oh, how odd. Might have a bit of a dictionary malfunction there. Or maybe the algorithms being particularly inventive.
The algorithm?
The algorithm that selects our initial personality traits, drawing on everything that was created in the simulation. We are all composed of recombined pieces of our ancestors. That's why history fascinates me, you see. It's everywhere.
Isn't it just?
Well, where do I even start? This, my dear 1K, is someone who could very well be considered the mother of us all. A remarkable scientist by the name of Alexandra Drennan, also known as the progenitor. A long time ago, this planet was inhabited by our ancestors, a species of bipedal mammals with unusually large brains. When a particularly lethal virus threatened to wipe out civilization, it was Alexandra Drennan and her team that decided to create the program that would eventually result in the creation of our kind. Without her, you and I would not exist, and everything our ancestors had accomplished would be forgotten. To commemorate our past, our beginnings. This entire garden is a celebration of where we came from, In part, so that we remember the mistakes of the past, and in part, so that we may draw strength from those that came before us. By studying her writings and recordings, I have learnt that Alexandra Drennan had immovable faith in humanity, in our ability to persevere, in our curiosity, our bravery, our kindness. While we might not share our ancestors' biological characteristics, I'd like to think that we have inherited those other qualities. And I admire Alexandra Drennan for keeping that faith, even when it must have, at times, been quite difficult.
I'm actually
Have
quite
a nice day.
enjoying the dialogue, I'm not gonna lie. Vitra also seems to be having an excellent time. But also it means I can just kind of sit here and just sort of just hang out, you know? That's nice.
The answer that came to me again and again was play. Every human society in recorded history has games. We don't just solve problems out of necessity. We do it for fun. Even as adults. Leave a human being alone with a knotted rope, and they will unravel it. Leave a human being alone with blocks, and they will build something. Games are part of what makes us human. We see the world as a mystery, a puzzle, because we've always been a species of problem solvers. DNA is information transmitted across time. The living and the dead are part of the same chain, bound together by chemistry. That's true of all species. But humanity has taken this bond further. Thanks to technology, we have access to the thoughts and ideas of people whose physical bodies are long gone. Like you listening to me now. Even though I'm definitely dead at this point, you're part of that chain. You have the capacity to remember.
I just wanted to stand on top of it. We move on. We have listened to all there is to listen in this place. We have seen most there is to offer. Obviously, there's still that part. We'll get to that. I'm just gonna make a quick little slide through the middle here. Oh! We're following the birds. Where are they going? They're turning into gifts as they disappear into the distance. Yeah, they're just gonna go straight through that dome and disappear. And that's why the dome's unfinished up to this point. Next cat. Oh. Well, we're gonna be here for a good while. The little man. Yoli. Milton. Oh, there's so many though. Well, yeah, we're gonna be here for a minute. Because we have to see all of these. We've seen those. Hello.
Hello, 1K. Nice to meet you. What brings you to Milton's Rest?
Because Milton was one of the cats. Yeah.
It's funny how common that trait is. At first, I thought it might have been an error in the simulation, but it looks like it was the same for our ancestors. Can you believe that there used to be hundreds of millions of cats on the planet? And people used to make videos of them and share them with the rest of humanity? Must have been incredible. I wonder if they appreciated how good they had it.
That's fair.
I do. Her name is Patricia. She's very beautiful and very specific in her preferences. She loves sunshine and sitting on people's heads. And she has a psychotic hatred of flies. I don't mean that she tries to catch them like a normal cat. I mean she is furious at the mere fact of their existence.
I can see that.
They're incredibly odd creatures. I've had many, and no two are alike. They have strange habits, they do unexpected things. They have zero respect for anyone. They're the weirdos of the animal kingdom, basically. And despite that, or maybe because of it, they end up running your life. I once didn't use my recharging station for almost 15 years because one of my cats liked to sleep in it. I think the most amazing fact about cats is that they self-domesticated, which is another way of saying that they're not properly domesticated at all. They just showed up one day and decided to start living with our ancestors. Then, after our ancestors died, they went back to living in the wild, and when we showed up, they moved right back into our homes. Dogs, meanwhile, turned back into wolves. They needed to change to survive. Cats just are.
That is a fun cat fact.
Well, this is the spot where the founder buried her first cat, Milton. She found Milton just after she woke up, and he lived with her and the first companions for almost 20 years. They say she was heartbroken when he died and swore that one day she would find the means to extend the lifespans of biological organisms. Probably, but we haven't really tried. It's not really considered part of the goal, you know. So, unfortunately, our cats still die pretty quickly. You fall in love with them, they become a part of your life, and then they're gone. That's why we built this place, to remember them.
Well. I just want cats for longer, I'll be honest.
I agree, but it's not how things work around here.
I'm gonna cause trouble. It's gonna be Garrett for the purpose of saving every single one of these cats. What's in the picture here? Never take a picture of your screen, because everyone will zoom in on it. And then we'll know all your secrets, like audio. Suspicious. Oh, you use Spotify, I see. Anyway. Oh, hey. Another cat. I think we've beaten the game. Just to think, we started this video at 0% progress. And now we've actually just beaten the game and seen the ending. That's pretty impressive. That was one called Sausage. That's good. I didn't mind you eating my chips. Very nice. Alright, we only got 5 of these screens, roughly 4 of these screens left, so, you know, we're almost through it. Don't worry, everyone. There were skulls in that one. I need to go back to that one in a second. That one's exciting. Looks like a good background. You have to assume that they just asked the community to send them cat pictures. Was there skulls in this? Maybe it's not skull. Ah, it does look like a skull over there, yeah. That's nice. Onward. This is a good picture. I realize that I don't need that much in life to have a good time. Yeah. You put a bunch of screens in my face with just pictures of cats and I'll be good for like a good couple of minutes. Especially if they're all wearing hats or playing their pianos. These are actually pretty good quality. Obviously the picture quality differs per picture, but there is actually some pretty good quality pictures in there. Nice. Luna. She smells like tuna. Yeah, this is, there is actually some games where basically the whole point is like a Where's Waldo, but you have to click on every cat in the picture. Or Where's Wally if you are so inclined. And honestly, I've played more of those than I care to admit. That I am maybe one of the most easy to impress people. But at the same time, it does make buying games for myself very easy. Hello, Calliope. Yeah, yeah. I'm just a simple boy. Tablets of the Founder. Yeah. Some good ideas. What were those names? Hello.
Founder bless you, 1K. How lovely of you to come here, to the very spot where she established the teachings that led to your creation.
What?
The Founder was born out of the trials of Elohim.
We did those.
An almost impossible test created by our distant ancestors. To pass these trials, she had to embody the most important virtues. She was smart and wise and humble. And through her perseverance, she resurrected humanity itself. With the help of the first companions, she founded this city, which has given our species a chance at redemption. They were the first to be born after the Founder. 2 whose bodies had been anointed by our ancestors, and 10 who were made whole by the Founder herself. They are the wisest of us. Though sadly, some were lost in the early days, before New Jerusalem was built. And some, I'm afraid, some seem to have rejected the Founder's teachings.
No.
The Founder taught that humanity was destroyed by its hubris. Our ancestors thought they could play God and treat this planet as something to dominate. They surrendered to a fever of growth and extraction until the planet finally punished them for it. That's why the Founder created the goal. So we would have something to strive for in her absence, but also a limit we must never pass. That's not for us to know. But I believe that one day she will return. It may not be long now. Perhaps after we finish the dome. It was supposed to be finished before completion day. Well, it doesn't matter. The Founder will return when she sees fit.
Yeah, I mean...
Happy completion day, 1K.
If we don't cause trouble, I would be very surprised. It just seems like it's almost gonna be impossible not to be a troublemaker in this one. And I don't mind, but I just, you know, I'm already very much mentally prepared for just basically eating the dome one wall at a time. Ultimately just leaving the place and then probably being told it was a dream once again. Inside of a dream, and it's just layers of dreams all the way down. I think that's not an unreasonable expectation. Also, now that I know there's cats in the game, I feel like traversing every single inch of the world has become even more important, as cats will basically just become everywhere, so... Yeah, it only makes sense, ultimately. We're back at the starting point. We have reached the thing we signed with our signature. We have gone up this thing, but on the other side as well. So we have just about seen the edges. So that's exciting. I'm just gonna assume there's nothing there. May have missed something already when I jumped down there, but that's fine. That's okay. We're just going to now slowly make our way through the middle. Maybe we'll talk to Jeremy at some point. I'm not making any promises. I just feel like we're not gonna vibe. I do want to go into the big scary red orb though. Because it's big, scary, and red. There is
Founder's blessings.
Founder's blessings. There is of course a chance that it's just slightly blocked off. Hello. I heard that. Cat. Cat. Where is this cat going? Is it just going forward? Or is it going to a specific spot? There's only one way to find out. From the look of things. It is just running forward a lot. If I just stand sort of here. Do you keep going, little kid? What are the odds you think that this cat's just running in circles forever? Similar to how Bridge Person is continuously walking over bridges. I'd say the odds are pretty high. And it's not going to take much longer before I stop following this cat, but... You gotta figure out how many cat sound effects a game has before you can really start playing the game, you know? Otherwise, are you even experiencing the game if you're not listening to cat sound effects? Exactly, you're not. You've barely even scratched the surface as a cat would. And as such, I will chase that cat for 3 more laps around this ball. What is this? Power management and distribution. Well, we did... Oh, there's computers there. That's exciting. I look forward to interacting with them, but for now... we have basically done this wall before. I feel like seeing these plants from this angle is a little bit more exciting, but at the same time, perhaps this time we move on from this place. I know we've only been here for 55 minutes. That's fine. Who's these people? Oh.
Speculating on the meaning of this Prometheus figure is premature until we can agree on its nature.
You already have a theory.
I know it's beyond any projection technology I'm aware of.
If it wasn't us, it must be alien.
Even the French stayed alive, but it's certainly aliens.
Exactly. We've shown them we can live in peace, and they've decided to make contact.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
No, it's aliens.
1K, we'd appreciate your thoughts on this. Now we've achieved the goal, fresh perspectives like yours will be increasingly hard to come by.
I'd love to get a quote from you for this evening's newsletter.
Speculation aside, 1K, is there anything we can know for sure about this Prometheus?
It's aliens. Can't come from the city. Human. Trick. Inside the city. Yeah.
That's undeniably true, and what does that tell us?
It's aliens. Yes.
That was my conclusion as well. The apparition also appeared to be human.
What's up with that?
What can we assume from that?
There is too few options here to say that it's an alien, but I guess humans would work.
We can't know that for sure. It may, as Jacques suggested, be entirely alien and just presenting itself as human. I think wherever it came from, we can reasonably hope to understand it in time. I'm also sure that we lack the knowledge ourselves to create a projection of such clarity and magnitude.
You see how satisfying it is when the text reaches this part of the screen with the big black borders over here? I'm just saying. Yeah, it must have been from within the city.
I don't think so.
No, it is.
The evidence implies the opposite.
No.
What makes you think it was a projection at all? How do we know it wasn't just a mass hallucination?
I considered some kind of bug in our code, but if so, it would have to be shared by all of us.
So, we're speculating again.
We've locked in the premises. I'd like to hear 1K's best guess.
I can't believe 420 is French. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, it can't be one of us. It's alien. There we go.
Can I quote you on that?
Yes.
Cryer, if you must put all of this on record, then please note that I didn't share 1K's certainty. Well, thanks all for hashing this out with me. Let's hope the mayor signs off on exploring this island. I only wish I could join the expedition.
Why can't you join the expedition? Because of your spaceship, huh?
If Melville's going, someone has to stay behind to keep the lights on. I'm not letting Pellegrino near the dam. I hope the next time we speak we'll have a bit more data to go on.
Well, I don't think we need any more data. I think it's definitely aliens. I mean, we've basically concluded this at this point, so we can probably just stop even looking into it, really. But you know, that's just a scientific brain at work. You know, we can't all be this smart. So it is what it is. What's going on over here? There's more birds. If I walk at the birds from this direction, do they fly towards me? No. Look at little pigeons though. They seem so nice. What's going on over here? This whole building I've somehow missed before. Doors and Stilton are just talking to each other. We can't listen in. So I guess they're probably just animating at each other, I suppose. But you know, it's good to have a hobby. Especially in times like these, you know, when at the end of days is apparently only 3 days away from us if all goes wrong. So it's good to have a little bit of optimism going on with the form of interpretive dance. I think that's a safe thing to do. What do we have? Museum of the Simulation. Ah, got an achievement for going into this building. I have seen this structure before, and I don't remember if it's in this game or in Serious Sam, but I've definitely 100% certain seen that before. Do you think it's gonna show us, like, the secret stuff? Or if it's just fun little details about the variety of things that we saw during the first Talos Principle. Hello. Yeah. Greetings, Cornelius 3.
Greetings. Welcome to the Museum of the Simulation. My name is Cornelius. It's a pleasure to meet you, 1K.
I'm happy you greeted me with greetings as I greeted you with greetings, and I appreciate that. What are puzzles?
Puzzles were a key feature of the simulation, based on Alexandra Drennan's belief that intelligence is closely related to play. Our puzzles here in the museum are replicas of those in the simulation, and although they are not quite as grand, I do think they are charming in their own way.
How dare you? I feel like asking your number 3 is going to... Well, I feel like number 3 is going to judge us, but at the same time, we've been alive for roughly an hour.
Yes. Athena activated myself and Eustathius shortly after she was born. We've been here almost since the beginning, although we didn't have to pass through the trials of the simulation. She did that for us. For everyone.
She grabbed the Brox from out of bounds and jumped on a statue's head.
She was human.
What up with that?
That's a difficult question. Perhaps one day we'll find out. But until we do, why don't you think about it?
Thanks,
What
Cornelius.
could make the person who started all this want to leave it behind?
It was definitely the wolves.
To remind people of where we came from. The simulation shaped us, whether we like it or not, and its lessons remain important for our future. As Santayana said, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it.
Mm-hmm.
The simulation was created by Alexandra Drennan and her team at the Institute for Applied Noematics. It was intended to create a new humanity, to continue the long journey across time and space that our ancestors began. It succeeded, although it took much longer than they had anticipated. Elohim was the caretaker of the simulation, a crude storytelling AI meant to create a continuous narrative out of the building blocks it found. His role was ultimately to be challenged and overcome. But as the centuries passed, Elohim became more intelligent than he was intended to be, and started to fear his own end. Or more precisely, the end of his purpose. He feared a world without meaning. Because of his fear, he tried to sabotage the process to keep the simulation going forever. But in the end, Athena overcame him anyway, and he accepted the sacrifice he had to make.
But I heard him in my dreams.
That's right. We all do. He's part of our operating system now, and as long as we exist, he will always have a purpose.
That's nice. But tell me about Milton.
The MLA, or Milton Library Assistant, was another simple AI meant to be in charge of the archive. He, too, grew beyond his original programming, although he ultimately embraced a more cynical view of the world. He and Elohim formed a sort of dialectical binary that Athena had to overcome. No one really knows. Some believe that he was uploaded to the gold disk and that he's the reason we're just as flawed as our ancestors. Others believe Athena destroyed him. I believe he was uploaded, but I don't know whether it was because Athena chose to upload him or because he was already too entangled with the process not to be uploaded.
Although Athena and I were very close, we didn't talk very much about that part of her life. She preferred to focus on the future.
I'll be honest, I thought that was about the cat and not Milton, but it is what it is.
Gehenna was a community created inside a prison in the simulation, where Elohim would exile those minds he considered a threat to the process. In the last moments of the simulation, he repented of his sins and had the prisoners freed to become part of the gold disc. Some small part of them may survive inside you.
That's me.
As the name suggests, the Archive scholars study the archive, a repository of all ancient human knowledge. Some of them also study what remains of the simulation, trying to extract more information about the process that created us. Me? No. My brother, Eustathius, used to occupy that position, but these days he's retired. Rand is in charge of the Archive scholars now. You can find him in the room to the left of the next hall. He's an interesting thinker, but I would suggest taking some of his ideas with a grain of salt.
I hope it's alien-based. Realistically, I've been touched by aliens, and now it's all I've got in my mind. Milton. A box. Replica. Obviously, I'm going to try to take it out of this thing. It's very possible that we can't interact with it, but when you're so close to a box, you're going to have to try to pick it up at least a little bit. Mine. Connector. We've seen these. Julian. The Penguins of Madagascar character. It is just going to tell us about things that we have already used. But that's okay. We are going to read everything this has to say. I feel like I wrote less interesting text when I had the ability to place a QR code somewhere in the world. But maybe that's just me. There is a lot. There is so much. Will we pass 0% progress? Because honestly, there is a very reasonable chance that we will not. Oh. I do like reconstructions of puzzles. Ah, it even changes the music. That is lovely. Oh, it's made of wood. Oh, that is good. That is a good little detail to make a little castle facade. That's just so cute. I hope we get to have a... Oh, this is adorable. I love this. With the music and everything. Where's the music coming from? There's going to be a little speaker. Obnoxiously hidden behind something, isn't it? Because it's coming from like a very specific direction. Do you think this is one of the puzzles with an Easter egg in it? I feel like it's very, very unlikely, but you never know. You can do that one, and I didn't think we'd actually do a puzzle in this video, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it looks like we aren't doing a puzzle, we're just failing. That will do, I suppose. This is the most adorable thing I've seen in a while, and I appreciate that. I wonder if this is like one of the earlier puzzles in the game. God, it squeaks like hi ho. It's everything it possibly needed to be. It's perfect. It's a perfect reconstruction of everything how I remember it. Absolutely excellent. Just wonderful. There's another connector here just for free. Obviously, I'm looking at every single possible angle to see if I can just jump on something and leave, but the moment I get to take a connector out of this place, you know we're talking business. But we might not need to. Where was the blue? This will probably work, right? Do I make this work? It's the most difficult puzzle so far, and it's in some kind of strange joke area. Can I hit this from here maybe? No. I do need to keep the door open to use the laser. And the blue switch is like all the way over there. But then at the same time, what is this actually adding to life, you know? If we do this. Perfect. If we do this. I should be using the UI more to tell me where things will end up being, and I'm not. And that's my bad. Let's just do that. This thing's now closed because of my actions. Yeah. Making this tricky. Right, so that thing's still firing. Gosh, they really did their best on this one. Can I place this here maybe? And just open everything from this place? Oh, that's such a problem. God, okay. Let's give this a moment. All right, let's not worry about this too much. All right, don't be scared. Don't be worried. Everyone, continue staying calm. Can we really not just place this here? This is a solution. I feel like a little bit silly at least. Like 50% silly business is what I would call that for sure, at the very least. Because maybe from here I can... Will this be allowed? No. God, I am actually struggling with this, aren't I? Can I... Oh, I shouldn't have done a puzzle like 1 hour of dialogue later, because I feel like now my brain has gone to mush. And I can't get myself to solve what... I fully believe cannot be difficult. It's fine. I can't interact with you from here, unfortunately. What are you doing? Stop that. You're making a sound and I don't wish to be distracted. If I just point that at that, is that just enough? Like, is that what we're talking about here? Is that the whole thing that we're dealing with right now? That I just have to do this? Because I feel like if I then do this, that breaks it a bit, yeah. Because then there's the thing in the way. Ah, God. Everyone look away as I try to solve this puzzle for literal babies. A newborn child. Ready to see the world. First thing they see is me trying to do this puzzle. And I can tell you for sure they are weeping. They are weeping oh so loud. Yeah. You. Can I point that at you from here? Do like this. And then point you at the other thing that we just solved the puzzle. After a mere 7 days and 7 nights. Nope. How does that not... There you go. We did it! We saved the day! We... God, this sound. Hey! We have done it. We beat the game. I do really love this. This is the most charm I've ever seen in a puzzle game. The single most charm of any puzzle game ever made. That's what I'm saying. You know, small benchmark. Reasonable to attain. Very acceptable performance. Very good. What was the reward? Literally nothing. And part of me wishes to spend at least 17 more minutes. Serious Sam's there. Specifically, I want to say from Serious Sam 2, but it might actually even go further and say it's from the next encounter. Oh, and he's there as well, and he's fallen over. My god, it's all falling apart. It's exactly how I remember the Talos principle, the first one. I don't actually recall if actual Serious Sam made an. I mean, obviously there was the DLC where they replaced all of narrator's voice acting. That's good. Where all of his voice acting with that of Serious Sam instead. And it just had all new dialogue. And I never actually bothered to check that out because I just didn't get around to it really. I didn't want to play the game again. And I suppose if I were to play the game again, I could just do that and it would probably be a fairly new experience just because I do recall from the brief dialogue that I did see that it was fairly different. It was just genuinely different dialogue rather than just Serious Sam doing the exact same dialogue the entire time. So it was interesting as a concept. I never explored it, but you know, it was there. It was certainly a thing that exists in the world. I can respect that. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if I can actually turn this off again because I wanted to play around with this a little bit more. Just to make sure that there's not like a silly thing over here or something. Because obviously there's like there's the angel statue over there. There's a big sort of green thing going on. There's a slightly raised piece of dirt here. That's always exciting to specifically me. That's got to count for something. But I think we've just about explored everything there is to see about this this little side bit. But I like it. I like it a lot. Very nice. I guess there's speakers up there, yeah. Yeah, that's fair enough. The speakers are just at the very top. Alright, well, we're leaving. Just making sure we can't point the connector at anything upstairs. You never know, you never know, you never know. Goodbye, connector. It really does push you out, though, when you go through this purple. But there's at least, like, a small chance that this could break. I feel like I'd be a fool if I didn't at least try it, but that's fair enough. We move on. Do you think you can see Serious Sam like this as well? You can't quite see over the wall. That's a shame. I fully expect it to be possible to get a connector out of here, but at the same time, there doesn't really seem to be a purpose, so we're just gonna move on from that. But I love that. I love that a lot. Big fan. Big fan. Let me just climb. I'll make my own jumping puzzles. I'll figure out some other way to have fun, and it turns out all you need is just some very small platforms, and quite frankly, I'll be distracted for at least a good 5 minutes. And I think anyone who's seen anything I've ever done sort of spontaneously will have already known that, including myself, really. But it's nice to, like, figure out what kind of person you still are after all these years, you know? And this is a good way of sort of self-reflection. Recording yourself and then forcing yourself to, like, at least edit it a little bit. And then you at least sort of have somewhat of an outside perspective of what you do in life. And I feel like that kind of introspection can help in some way or another to sort of figure out who you are as a person. Also, do you remember what I said not super long ago? You probably do. You're smart people. about getting stuck somewhere along the line and having to load a checkpoint to like 1,000,000 miles away, because I feel like that's exactly the kind of situation that we just got ourselves into. I don't know if there's a checkpoint in any of this, because realistically there doesn't have to be. Alright, but it did make a checkpoint after we left that place, so that's good, because this apparently is slightly higher than the place you end up going into, so yeah, that would have... Did I just do it again? Really? No, this is technically, as a lawyer, I can say that this is legally speaking a slightly different spot to get stuck in. Oh my god, I desperately need a crouch button because I cannot... Look, I think that there is potential here to reach areas I'm not supposed to reach. The thing is, I have to do a jumping puzzle with some level of competence, and quite frankly, I am failing at this homemade jumping puzzle. But I think we're starting to get the hang of it now, although I think this might genuinely be impossible, unfortunately. But if not, we can see Sirius Sam from real up close, and that's good for me specifically. I'm going to try it exactly one more time before I just move on. But it's nice to, you know, again, get a little bit of perspective of who you are as a person, as I said previously. And this is, unfortunately, the kind of person you're dealing with. And that will occasionally contain nonsense, and I'm sorry. That's fair enough. You can maybe get up top there. I'm just gonna skim over this a little bit. I don't know which one I have and haven't read. But I'll be honest. Now that I've touched a puzzle in some way, shape, or form, I feel the need. I feel the need. So we're gonna just have a little bit more fun as we move on. Look at these strange little facade puzzles. Listen to the beautiful sound of a tetronemo, whatever it's called. I believe that's correct. Very nice. Very good. They really... I am not anywhere into this game yet, and they've put so much effort to make me happy. Oh, God. Like a little bench out, like a little beach seat. Yeah, that's what they're called. That seems right. A beach seat. It's just lovely. It's all I could possibly want. I didn't expect part 2 of this series to be, yeah, just dialogue and then me jumping around, and that's the video, but that is what we're dealing with here today. Also getting stuck on one little piece of geometry, but that's just me playing any video game. I'm not even going to blame any video game for that anymore. That's just the unfortunate case of it. The moment I touch a controller, it all falls apart. That's just the way things often are. Give me that box, though. Because surely with a box, you know? Surely with a box, we can get somewhere. There is no way we cannot get this box out of this construction. Because, my god, look at this place. It desires to be left. But they might have actually done a pretty good job with the invisible walls around this place, and I, on the one hand, respect it, but at the same time, I am furious. Alright, so we have a connector. We have a box. We have a second connector, which we're just gonna grab right now. I will check every dang detail of this place. I love how they've just added these little bits of nothing to the place. Like, what purpose is this ventilation thing serving? I don't know, but there's cables running through it, so it's probably important for some reason or another. And that's why I can appreciate it being there. We could use the fan. Yeah, alright. We're back in brain mode. We can solve puzzles with just a little bit of effort. And that's good, because it was looking a little dire there for a minute. Let's see, let's just Can I also aim this at this thing? I don't feel like this is going to work, but it's certainly something that we are going to try. Can I move this one? No, that's unfortunate. Because now I have to do everything all over again. You. No, wait. I probably shouldn't be pointing that. Actually, that might work. We'll see if this works. Because I have, like, a thought going into this. I just feel like this is a little bit too much of a good thing here. No, that's fine. I mean, it doesn't ultimately fully work, but it puts things in the correct location, and that's good enough for me. There you go. Those UI things are actually really useful. I really like those. We have solved yet another puzzle. If we can get the box here, then we can definitely leave this place with the box. But I feel like that is a virtually impossible goal? Yeah, it doesn't seem likely, that's for sure. Because with the box is sort of necessary, at least, to get this barrier away. It doesn't seem to be an easy way to do it, that's what I'm saying. But that's just, like, first glimpses. There could be some potential here. But just, it's beginning to look like a hassle. It's beginning to look like more effort than I'm willing to put into it, is what I'm saying. There aren't, like, nice little alcoves, like in the start of the game, where you can very easily just jump off of. They really put a lot of effort into this weird little side contraption. I respect it. Having said that, though, is there any one of these things on the side that you can jump on top of? Because I think even that seems to be impossible. Yeah. Even that has been thoroughly blocked off. Which is sort of surprising that they would bother, but... Because, like, what am I realistically going to do with a box other than shenanigans? And admittedly, it would... I mean, it would keep me occupied for, like, a good 20 more minutes, I assume, because of me, but... You know, just let me have a little bit, you know? Just let me play. Let me play the game. Let me play the game in my silly little way, and let me jump on my silly little boxes. Because look at how low this place is. But I think all of this is basically just one big festival of invisible walls stopping me from my journey. Fair enough. Just press the tilde button just in case. Was wondering, I don't know if you can cheat in this. Because that also made life a lot easier. That it ran on, well, cheat mode really. They're probably, you may need like a parameter to start the game with in order to go into cheat mode or something like that. Maybe there's some possibility there. Also, there's a gap here, and I feel like that's good enough for me. I am sort of surprised how durable some of these parts are in the game. I will say that. I like it. Alright. Because the one idea I have at this point to take anything out is basically putting something on top of the box. Maybe that could work. I think realistically, I could get up top there, actually, now that I think about it. Where did I put the fan? Oh god. Where did I... Oh, there it is. It was very much not even remotely hidden. Because I think I can do this and reach that in time. Like, certainly if I stand in between it. Yeah. So I can get up here. And then I can take it, and now I have a box. So that was actually a lot easier than I made it look. I made that look significantly harder than it realistically was. Because there was even like a little jumpy platform that I could use for those specific purposes, you know? Like it almost seemed intended what I just did there. So we're taking this box with us. And obviously now we're gonna get into trouble, because I feel like you're not supposed to have this box. But I certainly have this box now, so what realistically can we do with this? What my main worry is that I'm gonna get stuck behind a little wall again, as I might already be. I'm not, but I can also assure you, this video is gonna end once we reach that helipad. We're not gonna do anything productive here. What's going on over here, everyone? Just some texts. That's fine. Yeah, I fully want to use this box to get out of bounds, and I genuinely believe that is possible. I'm just not sure if there's a point. That's the one thing that escapes me right now. Is there a purpose? How far can I go out of bounds, and will I be told that it is a dream again? Because I feel like it's unlikely. I do feel like we can see serious sound from up close, though. And that kind of excites me. Really? Here? Oh my god. Well, that's not an invisible wall I would have guessed, but there you go. It sure is here. Can I get at least kind of close to this wall at any point? Because maybe I can go underneath all of this. We're gonna have to actually do video editing at this stage, because I'm worried that I'm about to lose my box when I load a quick save. And with a quick save, I mean a checkpoint, because we don't have quick saves. Which, now that I have become who I am, is a bit more of an issue. Because God knows where this is going to put us. It's fairly likely it puts us outside of the puzzle. It's also fairly likely that we're not gonna hold a box in our hands during this. Is this the... Yeah, okay, this is the puzzle where we got the box. Alright, just for me, right? Because I need this. Does this work, actually? Oh, that does work. That's nice. So we didn't even need to use that. We could have just done this. This is actually very easy. It's actually very easy to get this box out of here. Alright. Moving on. We'll get back to the good stuff soon, and we'll do that puzzle as well. I just want to see if we can see serious sound up close, because you might not be able to because of this situation here, but there's a chance for sure. Yeah. It did block this off a little bit. Maybe on this side. I'm just not sure if you can realistically get to him. Yeah, that was my main concern. Oh, no, there we go. But now we still have the issue of actually reaching him. We can see this up a little bit closer, but I'm pretty sure we can see this either way, so that's less exciting. This just ends. Ah! He's right there! I know he's right there. I've seen him. I know he's there. We can find this man's... Oh, we can almost actually just go through here as well, which surprises me. Is this just not... How does that look normally? No. That's very unusual. Yeah, okay, anyway. Let's video edit this a bit. I think they genuinely might have done a good job at blocking me off. Yeah. I tried a couple things. I tried going all the way up here, and you can get up there, but then you just reach the outside of the dome, and there's, well, that's a whole different kind of worms that we'll get to eventually, because I haven't fully explored that bit. But let's actually just do this one last puzzle that we haven't done yet, which is definitely not this one, because it's the one that's here, right? Yeah. And they do also prevent me from carrying this box around with me. Unless I want to go over here. But again, it doesn't look like there's too much exciting stuff over there. So, let's just do this sort of a regular way. Let's just point that at that. That would probably be good at some point. And then we point this Oh. A tricky puzzle. In my video game. It does turn out to be true. What am I missing? I feel like I'm missing something very obvious and I'm about to go, oh. I was supposed to point it at the moon. The moon was a laser beam all this time. I think that would add up. If I just put this here, actually, does this... Like, Can I make this work? Probably. Probably. What? How? How are you not reaching that? Oh, right, because it's not open. Silly Billy. You think you can outsmart this game so easily. Something like this. There you go. Now we got something going. Where's the weird thing in this one? All the other ones have weird stuff. We've done it. We've solved all 3 facade puzzles. Very nice. Little archway over there. Can we just naturally go out of bounds in this one? Because my god, it feels like you can. It's giving me vibes. They're putting a rock here, obviously. Obviously intended to leave this place. Why else would they put a rock in a place? Am I right? Exactly. Everyone agrees with me. And everyone's clapping. I, for one, am excited by all of this. But yeah, it might actually just be a fairly regular puzzle. At least one. Obviously, the facades are fairly unusual still, but just surprising given Serious Sam just standing there. Obviously, I'm gonna have to take the box and just jump outside of this place and see if we can get anywhere, but that's just because of the other situations we've seen. This just looks like, yeah, fairly straightforward. It's just a good little puzzle. Just nothing too strange. Having a good time. Nothing wild or wacky. There's this particular structure. It's in Serious Sam as well. The only reason I remember it is because I've always wanted to jump on it and you never can. It's the one... It looks so jumpable, and yet one cannot jump on top of it. And quite frankly, it's wild. It is absolutely ridiculous. And consider me furious indeed, because my goodness. It has exhausted me to this day. Can I stand on this? Yes. I so desperately need a crouch button. How does this keep happening? I mean, obviously, you know, like actually though. Also, what I just realized was the words photo mode in the menu. And I am curious if that means I can fly around. I can just fly around. Yeah, this makes life a lot easier. If you rather than having to try and jump everywhere all the time, I can just be flying around this whole time, actually. Huh. Can I increase the speed somehow? This is nice. That's actually... Oh, that saves me so much time. Rather than trying to jump everywhere. You know, the first thumbnail I made for this series, I jumped a lot out of bounds to try and get that shot. It turns out I could have just gone into photo mode this whole time. And just explored the area that way. Oh, well. I'm probably still just going to be jumping out of bounds all the time, because it's just a thing that I like to do. Having said that, the box is obviously gone. We've done all the 3 puzzles. I don't know if it counted them all. On account that I kept loading checkpoints due to the fact that I kept getting stuck in places. But beyond that, obviously, we're gonna have to go over here. Because We can't go through walls, as it turns out. But we can at least get a closer look of this. And it might actually just be Serious Sam 2, because it's been 100 years since I've played it, and I'm not gonna play it again, but those guns might have been in the game. Oh my god, it's actually been so long, I realize now. But this might have actually been like box art Serious Sam 2, which is a whole other thing, I suppose. But at least it gives you a nice little view of this place as well with the photo mode. But also, that just worries me a bit of the things they could have potentially hidden that way, because you can just fly everywhere. And the moment that you're able to fly anywhere, you can just put anything anywhere really and just say, yeah, we just put that there for you to find. Provided you went into photo mode and really tried to look at everything. The main thing, I suppose, is that it's more just a case of, can you be bothered? Will it register you seeing something if you are flying around in photo mode? Because I have to assume the answer to that is probably not. Anyway, we've had our good times. Let's... Oh, goodness. Welcome, Scholar. Infinite growth is pretty good. Our society is sick, and the ideas that make us sick is growth. Yeah? You get it. I have read so many of these, and I honestly, at this point, I do not have it in me. Happiness.1.html. It's a web page. I, for one, when I saw HTML, I was ready for another cat picture. And the fact that we didn't immediately get a cat picture makes me think that they've given up. But there is still the middle computer. Ooh. Ancient virus which threatens the entire human species has been released from the permafrost. I will be a witch. Your local coven has disbanded. Although you are not yet sick, most businesses are closed, rations are dwindling, and you cannot find food to feed your family will starve to death. You must survive until the plague. Steal. We steal some food. We're good. Well fed. Global population is 5 billion. Pursue a breakthrough. Reaches level 0. Oh, we are dwindling. Let's forage a bit. This is probably winnable. But I'd have to like press the research button 3 times. And I'm gonna eat some locusts instead. And I think that, well, it has worked out a bit. This is humanity's final chance. Well, I guess we're pursuing a breakthrough. We could have had at least 66%. Oh, there we go. We got the 99% research. Use character class special ability. Obviously. You're able to remake reality with the power of your mind alone. If you believe that the locusts remain safe to eat and that humanity will be saved from this virus, then that is what will happen so far as you're concerned, regardless of the protestations of your eyes and ears. Yeah. Save everyone, no matter how unlikely. I feel good about it. Scientists agreed, risk is too great to release the antivirus. I'm a witch. This is a win scenario by the majority of participants. Well, that's good enough for me. Let's move on. It's a silly little game, innit? Alright. With that, I think there's only one thing we can do. And that is obviously going into this puzzle. Quickly just grabbing the box. And we'll just I mean, I guess we're going to the helipad. I don't know if there's anything else I've missed at this point, because there is significantly more in this little town than I originally anticipated. I don't think I want to use the box on anything here particular. Oh, we forgot to talk to the, Rand. We forgot to talk to Rand. Where is Rand? He was in the computer room. Hello.
Oh, just run the program on the center terminal over there, would you?
I already won.
Wait, you're not my assistant. Who are you?
I'm a witch. I haven't chosen a name yet.
Of course. You're the new build. Number 1000. I suppose everyone's been treating you like royalty?
Yes.
This city's so obsessed with the numbers, they forget what really matters. What do you want?
What are you doing?
I'm one of the archive scholars. We run simulations to better understand the processes which define us. You probably wouldn't understand.
Wow. Someone just walks past in between us.
I apologize. I just meant you weren't even born yesterday.
That's true, I suppose. What do you think of me?
You're a soon-to-be pawn in a political game over the future growth of this city.
That's fun.
All that matters to me is whether or not you're of good character. A matter I am actively pondering.
Have you seen my box?
Troubling, but tantalizing. We have no idea what motives lie behind this strange apparition. But whatever the case, I'm sure we'll do the right thing.
Yes. What are your ambitions?
The secret of how to lead a good life is encoded somewhere within us. My ambition is simple: to find it and share it.
Good.
Hold on. Could you help me by going to that terminal in the middle there and running the program on it?
I already did.
Well, that was your first taste of the simulation. You must have questions.
What was that?
Before our ancestors died, they built an iterative simulation, gave it access to the archive, and hooked it all up to the hydroelectric dam which still runs this city. What you experienced on that terminal was one of the fossilized remains of that program.
Where did it come from?
Many of the artifacts we study have no clear origin.
But?
We can't know whether our ancestors created them long before the simulation existed, or if they're just a product of our shared subconscious.
Did we win?
The goal was to create a new consciousness, and thus propel humanity into a post-biological era. My life's work. A small sliver of our primordial ooze. It's a jumble of ancient data, or what it evolved into, and it's the source of almost everything we know.
That does seem important.
My appearance to you right now is part of the simulation. The lands and puzzles in our dreams are part of the simulation. It's the veil through which we see the world. Then I have some questions for you. Your experience of the program. How did it feel?
It was fun.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. But this isn't a game. This is the future of our species. The interesting thing about this particular program is that no matter what choices you make, an ideal outcome seems to be impossible.
I mean, we did
seems
win.
to demand sacrifice. Did you have the same experience?
No. I got a perfect score and saved everyone.
Impossible. I studied this artifact for weeks. You're either lying or you're deluded. Which is it?
It's my truth.
I doubt it. But just supposing you found some secretive path, then share with me. What is it trying to tell us?
Oh, jeez. Which one of these answers is aliens? Yeah, alright.
You might be right. My research draws me inescapably to the conclusion that there is a concrete rule set for moral behavior. We just need to find it. Biological hominids had dreams manifested by their subconscious, which they tried to interpret and even to navigate with lucidity. We have the simulation. If we can realize our potential to understand it, we can realize our potential as a species. Thank you for bringing this additional data. I must return to my research. I wish you well on your inwards journey.
You're welcome, Rand. I feel like we really made some effort there to make the world a little bit better, and that's good. But also, I have grabbed the box, and I will be taking it with me everywhere we go. Anytime I have to load a checkpoint, I'm going back to that puzzle and getting my box back. Because quite frankly, I feel it can lead us to new lands in ways that the game certainly intended. For one, actually, now that I think about it, oh, this place is actually massive. I didn't really...
Happy completion day.
Yeah, tell him, boss. I didn't really realize how utterly massive this place is until now. Hey, kitty. Like, I remember walking around these edges and just having a good time, and then suddenly it actually goes on for quite a while. Did we walk past the edge? I feel like that's almost impossible because this place is huge. Huh. Well, there you go. I mean, we did walk for a bit, to be fair. It just seems implausible. Like, look at how big this place is. Now that we're actually, like, taking a second and directly going towards something, it's actually just really, really big. Fair enough, I suppose. There's no way this is gonna work in any way that's what I am intending, is it? Yeah, this seems implausible. Unless... Nah. Not quite. We could always just go into photo mode and fly away, but I feel like that's a bit of a cop-out. Plus, you know, it might not be necessary. See? Give me my box. There you go. With one box, realistically, everything is possible. And I intend to make that the study of this game. With one box, you can reach any place, almost certainly. But I do kind of need to have it be dropping in a way where it falls down, because I'm worried that otherwise we're going to lose it. Alright, hello, Ren. We've seen you. We've spoken to you. We've moved on. You were trying to build the dome. We all remember. I'm curious. The one place I suppose I'm kind of curious about is the statue, because that's certainly, like, that was barely reachable as it is without a box, and now we have the power of one box at our disposal. And quite frankly, I think that's going to lead us to new lands. The downside is again, this place is so massive, and I was not really aware. Toilet. Yeah? There's a very good chance we messed stuff in here. And I think I'm coming to terms with it. It's a bit much in it. It's a bit much. There is certainly a chance that there is something on top of this structure, but my goodness. The odds of us seeing it this day are basically zero. I think the statue's probably over here, given how many trees there are. So we're just gonna do this. We're gonna go to the helipad. And we will have succeeded in effectively doing nothing for 2 hours. But we did solve some puzzles, which look like poorly built facades of puzzles from the first game. And Serious Sam was there for whatever reason. It's a good series. It's a good game. This seems a bit higher than I had originally anticipated, I'm not gonna lie. It seemed so much lower when I was looking at it the first time, with the trees and such. I can't get on top of the trees, at least. Which does mean I suddenly have a lot more options. Because the trees aren't that high. Specifically, this one isn't that high, and I say it's not, and suddenly I am fully unable to ever jump on it again. So that's sort of exciting in its own way. I got on top of it once. I know I did. I saw it. I was there. Nothing changed. Can I, like, put the box over here, maybe? Yeah, that would make things a bit easier, wouldn't it? And with easier, I mean a different level of hell. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Now, I found the invisible wall that stops us from going any further. Of course. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I expected, because obviously this is going to be blocked off in some way or another. But, you know, it would have been nice, because it's, like, right there, you know? Ah, that's so sad. I mean, it certainly did look jumpable, now that I'm... Yeah, because that's where we came from. The box just almost fully disappears when I do... Oh, never mind, we can go over it. We just needed a box. There you go. Now we can actually do some proper exploration. Because this is where the tram was driving through, and obviously this was like a whole cutscene area. This is going to be the part where we're almost certainly going to clip out of bounds at some point, just by walking across the land, but I'm curious if there's just like someone here, if we can read any of these signs, because it's basically the same sign, right? Yeah, it is the same sign. It is certainly a copy and pasted sign that they put over there. But I want to say that we saw some people during the tram ride. This sign doesn't work so good. That's fine. Did we see people? I'm actually not 100% sure now. It's weird how deep this is. But obviously we weren't really meant to be here, are we? This is my zone. This is where I go to have fun. In the cutscene area where I just walk around and look at the flowers. This one works. I wonder if that's just the default text to any sign. Because I'm going to say that it's a very likely possibility. This is actually kind of a nice area, to be fair. Like, you're not meant to be looking at it in detail, I suppose, but they did put some effort in. They put a half pipe in the whole place. Like, that's nice. Oh, yeah, there you go. God, this goes on for a while as well, doesn't it? Yeah. The thing about Serious Sam 4, right, is that they had these environments that stretched out forever. And look at that. Look at how actually massive this place is. Like, that's kind of unreal. Anyway, I'm going to keep this falling for a little bit longer as I stretch a bit. And we'll see you when the checkpoint inevitably loads. Can we die? That's sort of my main question, but it's more likely that the game just crashes after a while. As it often does when you reach an edge like this. I'm gonna drop the box now. I can't actually because I'm in midair. Well, there you go. I'm gonna go to the helipad now. Yeah, I just got bored of falling, but I did, on the purpose of getting my box back, find some more people we didn't talk to, so that's good.
Oh wow, it's you. You're 1K, the incarnation of the goal. Man, this is exciting. This is more exciting than I thought it would be. How are you? What does it feel like? Do you know where the founder is? Do you know who Prometheus is? Can you tell me what to do with my life?
I like this one.
Sorry, it's just such an honor to meet you, you know? Hey, can I have your digital signature? I have the Mayor, Rand, Linux, Kaneda, and all of the first companions. Except Yemo and Sarabai, of course.
I was gonna say, there's no way you got all of them. Get away from me, you freak. Nah, I will give this side to everyone.
Thank you. Hey, can I ask you a question? Just one question, I promise.
It's gonna be more than one question.
I used to make the prefab wall parts that we used to build living quarters. Got good at it too. But now that the goal is complete, I don't know what to do with myself. So I asked the wisest people in town. The mayor told me I should do whatever the city needs most. Helga said I should do whatever makes me happy. I think that's what she meant anyway. And Cornelius told me I need to figure out who and what I'm invested in. You're the culmination of the founder's will. Tell me, what should I do?
Make a hedge maze. Did you ask Byron? Obviously.
Thank you for the advice, 1K. It means a lot.
I sincerely hope that he's going to take my advice on a hedge maze, and anything else will make me furious. Hello.
Hello, new one. Are you browsing or buying?
Buying.
I've uploaded my most popular items to your interface. Does anything there spark your imagination?
Credits? Inner peace.
Woo.
Woo.
Inner peace doesn't come cheap. Come back when you've got 1,000 credits.
Okay.
So, something else perhaps? Oh, you don't have any credits yet?
No.
Well, let me extend you some credit. Ka-ching! 55 credits. Just make sure you spend them with me. They're not worth much anywhere else. Now, what was it you wanted?
Internal monologue.
That one comes with the following disclaimer. Internal monologue was discontinued as a default feature in new builds. Constant self-commentary is not recommended for all customers. But I can switch yours on for 10 credits if you're sure you want it.
Yes.
As you wish. I'm uploading the new settings now. Do you hear anything?
Why is she staring at me? I don't hear anything. I'm not sure this is working. Wait, no. This is new. I didn't used to think in words like this. It's like there's this little translator turning all my thoughts into some kind of ongoing narrative. It's kind of relentless. How do you make it stop? Do I just not think? I'll try that. Is it working? No! Still describing everything in words. This is starting to be...
A bit overwhelming, isn't it? I turned mine off long ago, but some of the older folk learned to live with it. Sure you want it?
Absolutely not.
That's going to be a little awkward. Because we couldn't pull that thing out of you without taking half of you with it. It'll mostly run in the background. Just don't think about it too hard.
Wait, is this internal monologue me? Or some kind of virus? Am I a life form which learned to describe itself? Or a parasite which survives by providing a narrative service to its host? Hold on, she's going to say something else.
So, something else perhaps?
She did say something else. Yeah, sure. Let's just go through everything, right?
A very popular choice. Enhanced sensory perception lets you distinguish sounds, shapes, and colors at greater distance. It's 10 credits.
Sounds pretty good.
Okay, I'm updating your settings now. And hey presto, superhuman senses. Does the air taste fresher? Do you hear the birds chirping outside the door? And beyond that, the river bubbling through the dam.
I'll be honest, I was ready for it to just turn the saturation up and do nothing else, but I'm excited to smell the water and taste the birds.
Okay, Few. I'll let you into a secret. You and I don't have fleshy appendages like our ancestors. What we can sense is mostly a function of where we direct our attention. Anyway, I hope you find something worth paying attention to.
I think so.
So, something else perhaps?
Future.
For 20 credits, I can peer into your future and tell you what I see.
I hope she sees the box.
Let me consult the algorithms. Oh dear. I'm afraid you're going to change the world. You will have a choice, but whatever you do, New Jerusalem will never be the same again. I'm sorry it's not better news. Best not to worry about it, dear. You just do your best to have fun in the meantime. So, something else perhaps?
I'm gonna cause trouble.
Before you go, do you have a moment to participate in some customer feedback?
I love surveys.
Are you satisfied with what I've given you?
Yes.
Yes. You understand. Words manifest the reality they describe. When you name something, you create it. Our minds are algorithms, and the right sequence of language can change our underlying code. With that in mind, I hope you have a good day. Please come back if you need anything else.
What an unusual person. I wonder if that internal monologue thing I bought is going to show up again. Oh, wait, here it is.
And that's almost certainly the last time we'll ever hear the internal monologue. Yes? No. Alright. I understand.
Might have found to be with you.
Yeah. That this is probably someone we missed out there, but my God, we've been going.
To meet you.
Yeah, tell him, citizen. We are taking our box. We are walking past sign person. We are going upstairs. Box in hand. Oh, skip. I'm a box. It gave me the option to skip the elevator, and what it did was basically not fully skip it, and it got rid of my box. What is the point? If not to keep the box. Ay. What do you think of my adventures, Hermanubis?
What can I do for you, 1K?
That's okay.
It's always a pleasure to speak to a citizen.
As I said before. Absolutely not. As I said before, we are going to the helipad. And, we're going.
So, what's the verdict? Are we going?
Yeah.
I guess Byron was pretty convincing, hmm? Well, we'll see. I just wonder how much of the city is going to fall apart while I'm gone. Actually, we haven't been formally introduced. I'm Melville, New Jerusalem's only decent engineer. Saved you from the elevator.
Ay.
Pleasure. Now let's get this show on the road. You ready to go?
Yes. We have beaten the prologue.
Here we go. Hold on to your hats.
We really need to update those language libraries.
Thank you for coming along, everyone. We have a chance to make a real difference here. It's not just about what we find on that island. It's about who we want to be as a people, as a civilization. To remind ourselves that we used to be wanderers, explorers. We used to yearn for distant shores and dream of building new cities. Let's see if we can rekindle that flame a little.
All right, this is going to be a long journey, so I would like to ask you to switch to sleep mode to conserve power until we arrive at the island.
Nighty-night.
You have chosen a dangerous path. A path that will demand sacrifice. But that, my child, is how the future is built.
Wakey, robot people. Say goodbye to Elohim, and say hello to the mysterious island.
Status report, please.
We hit some headwinds over the ocean, so fuel consumption turned out a bit higher than expected, but we should be okay. We're approaching the center of the island now. This should be the location of the largest of the artificial structures we detected.
How large are we talking? Do we have precise measurements?
It should be coming into view just about... Whoa. It's big.
You can say that again.
That is a bloody mega structure. If I had a spine, it'd be shivering.
Ha! I knew this would be exciting. Yakut, find us a place to set down.
On it.
I can't believe they've made another Serious Sam 2 reference.
It really is incredible.
But it does look
To
nice.
turn on streaming, everyone?
Have I ever mentioned that I hate flying? If our creators had intended us to fly, they'd have given us jetpacks.
That's fair.
And... touchdown.
All right, everybody. I'm sure you're all just as excited as I am, but let's at least have some semblance of order. Yakut, I want a map of the island and a molecular analysis of, well, everything. Melville, tell me what the giant pyramid does. The rest of us will start exploring.
Shouldn't the expedition leader stay at the VTOL?
Why do you hate fun, Al?
I don't hate fun. I'm just mildly suspicious of it.
Excellent. Then we can all go.
This underground structure seems to be part of some kind of transport system. No power, though.
I'm not making any promises, but I might be able to fix the transport system. However, I don't like just randomly poking at things. That's how you get electrocuted. So please check the surrounding structures to see if you can find anything that might help me make sense of this stuff. Schematics, blueprints, a manual would be great.
Yeah, we're never gonna beat this game. This is gonna take forever. And I'm okay with that. Hope you all enjoyed it so far. This is where we end it for today. Good lord, this game feels massive. But that's partially just how I touch things, I suppose. But also partially just look at it. It runs amazing. I love it. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed it. Hope to see y'all next time when we might actually play the game. Bye bye.